Hello, in this video we'll learn more about the various security policies and procedures one can follow in order to minimize risk. First we'll begin with the Security Management Plan, also known as SMP plan in short. I want you to think of it as an upside down pyramid. At the topmost layer there's a senior management. The senior management initiates and defines the policies. And then the middle management, they release the necessary standards and policy guidelines to set the idea in motion, the idea presented by the senior management. And then the operations management implements the required controls and policies set by the middle management. And end users are the one who comply with the organization control functions and policies. End users have to play by these rules. Now there's different types of security management plans: strategic plan, tactical plan, and operational plan. First, we'll be covering the strategic plan. Strategic plan, it's a long-term plan. It's valid up to 5 years, but it's renewed annually. They do check in on it once a year and see if any changes are required. This plan defines the security posture and helps understand the security protocol. Strategic plan aids in the risk assessment. And then there's the tactical plan. This is more of a midterm plan. It's used to provide more detail-oriented goals in comparison with the strategic plan. This plan is tech-oriented and it's updated every year. And then there's the operational plan. This is a short-term plan. It's highly detailed and it's updated every month. This plan spells out how to accomplish goals. Operational plan is very detailed. It consists of specific guidelines what has to be done. Moving on, what is a security policy in the first place? A security policy is a strategic plan used to define the scope of security in an organization. It's used to outline the security objectives that have to be met, and it builds the necessary framework to do so. Security policy is used to identify the functional areas within an organization and outline the security goals and the current security practices. Security policy helps understand what is required to keep the organization secure and allocate the responsibility to keep the organization safe. A security policy helps define risk levels. Now there's different types of security policies. 3 types. There's the organizational policy. It focuses on issues relevant to the organization only. And then there's the issue specific policy. What happens if whatever is supposed to do if certain issue pops up. To answer that, issue specific policy, it focuses on issues relevant to the specific issue, service or department. And then there's the system specific policy. It focuses on issues relevant to the specific devices or device type. Now we'll be covering the security policy framework. In standard, it's the compulsory requirements that have to be met. Procedure, it's the final element of security policy structure. Guideline is something that offers flexible recommendations. Guidelines aren't necessarily something that have to be done, but it's recommended. And then there's the baseline. It's the main requirements that have to be met. That's system specific. And then there's due care and due diligence. What's the difference between both? Due care can be best described as a reasonable care taken in protecting the organization, whereas due diligence can be described as following practices to maintain this due care effort. In due care effort, due care is the legal term pertaining to the legal duty of organization, whereas due diligence is the best practices an organization should follow. Lack of due care is considered as negligence and legally punishable. Due diligence isn't legally liable. Okay, that's it for this video. In next video, we'll cover more about the mitigation methods.